5 years ago, nobody noticed. Today, it's impossible to ignore. Go to a gym at 6 a.m., not the selfie crowd, the silent ones. Men in their 30s and 40s, focused, disciplined, building in peace. Now, check investment groups, business communities, solo travel pages. Same type of men, same pattern. They didn't get rejected. They didn't fail at dating. They quietly walked away. Not from women, from dynamics that cost more than they gave. And almost nobody is ready for that conversation. Clap aboard the comparison. Most men never say out loud. Let's slow this down for a second and get honest. Picture one man, 35 years old, disciplined, hardworking, not perfect but solid. He values peace more than parties, stability more than drama. Now watch how two different lives unfold. Version 1. The relationship started strong. Chemistry, effort, late night talks. He thought, this is partnership. But slowly, something shifts. Conversations become corrections. Jokes turn into jabs. Disagreements never really end. They just pause and come back louder. He comes home tired, but rest doesn't happen. There's always something to process. Something he missed. Something he needs to fix. His hobbies? Distractions. His friends? Bad influence. His need for quiet? Emotional distance. Money flows out faster than he tracks it. Plans he had for himself get postponed again. He's not in danger, not in chaos, but there's a weight on him now. Constant, invisible, heavy. He doesn't feel broken, just strained. Now pause. Run the same man's life again. Version 2. He unlocks his door. Silence, not tension. His space looks how he left it. No emotional temperature to read. He eats when he's hungry, sleeps when he's tired, works late if inspired, rests guilt-free when he's not. His phone rings. It's a friend, not a confrontation. His money builds instead of disappearing. His weekends feel like recovery, not negotiation. No performance. No walking on eggshells. No constant sense he's falling short. Just space to breathe. So here's the uncomfortable question. If peace had a face, which life looks closer to it? That question alone is waking a lot of men up quietly. Clap aboard the cost men feel, but rarely say out loud. Let's talk about the part nobody likes bringing up because it sounds unromantic, but it's real. Relationships aren't just emotional. They're financial partnerships too. And for many men, the numbers slowly start whispering a truth they can't ignore. It begins harmless. A nicer apartment, more dinners out, holidays that look good in pictures but linger on credit cards, gifts, events, expectations, upgrades. None of it feels huge alone, but stacked together over years, it becomes a lifestyle that quietly outpaces his growth. He's working harder, but moving slower, saving less, investing later, delaying plans he once felt excited about. He's not being controlled. He's not being exploited. But he is financially stretched in ways he never was alone. And that difference compounds. 10 years of discipline can mean property, investments, freedom. 10 years of constant outflow can mean stress, pressure, and postponed dreams. It's not about being cheap. It's about asking a simple question. Is my life expanding or just getting more expensive? Now add something even more valuable than money. Time in the right relationship. Time together feels like a recharge. In the wrong one, time starts feeling supervised. A gym session becomes conversation. A late work night becomes suspicion. An hour alone becomes, why are you distant? Slowly, his personal time feels like borrowed time. Like every hour must be explained, justified, accounted for. That quiet mental load wears men down more than they admit. Single men often describe the opposite shift. Time opens up again. They train without guilt. build without interruption, rest without tension humming in the background. They don't feel watched. They don't feel managed. They feel free in their own lives again. And for many men, autonomy feels like oxygen. Then there's emotional and physical connection, the part nobody wants to say out loud. Some men notice a pattern. In the beginning, affection is natural. Effort is mutual. Energy flows both ways. But after commitment, effort dips. Warmth cools. Connection becomes conditional instead of organic. Not every relationship, but enough that men start asking themselves a hard question. Am I gaining emotional energy here or slowly losing it? Because single life may not offer constant companionship, but it also doesn't come with constant emotional drain. And for a growing number of men, that trade feels heavier than people realize. Clapper bore the invisible weight most men carry. Here's the part almost nobody sees, but many men feel every day. Stress doesn't always look like shouting. It doesn't always look like breakdowns. For men, it often looks like silence. They keep going, keep working, keep showing up, but inside, pressure stacks quietly. Long-term tension in the wrong relationship rarely explodes. It erodes. It shows up as constant fatigue that sleep doesn't fix. Irritation over small things. Losing excitement for goals that once mattered. A dull sense of being trapped in a life that doesn't quite feel like there's any more. And the most dangerous part? They don't even realize the relationship dynamic is the source. They assume they're the problem until they step away. And suddenly, they sleep deeper, wake up lighter, start training again, start planning again, start feeling hopeful again. Not because they hate love, not because they're avoiding commitment, but because the wrong partnership had been heavy in ways they couldn't name while they were inside it. Compass freedom of direction, the new priority. Another shift is happening quietly. More men are valuing freedom of movement over social approval, the ability to move cities for an opportunity, to take a career risk without months of negotiation, to change routines, lifestyles, even identities as they grow. In misaligned relationships, growth often feels slowed, not out of malice, but mismatch. Dreams require discussions. Decisions require permission. Opportunities expire while waiting for agreement. Alone, life moves faster. Choices become cleaner. Paths become clearer. Momentum returns. And that sense of self-direction feels powerful, like steering your own ship again instead of rowing against invisible resistance. Handshake what men are actually saying. This isn't a rejection of love. It's not a rejection of women. And it's definitely not a rejection of connection. It's a rejection of imbalance. Men are quietly saying, I want partnership, not pressure. I want encouragement, not monitoring. I want peace, not performance. When those things feel absent, they choose themselves. Not out of anger, out of awareness. Globe showing Europe, Africa, why this feels so uncomfortable to society. For decades, success for men followed a fixed script. Work hard, marry, provide, endure. Now many are asking a different question. What if a successful life also includes emotional stability, freedom, purpose, and calm? That question alone is rewriting modern expectations. Some interpret this shift as fear of responsibility. Others label it immaturity. But many of these men are disciplined, thoughtful, and emotionally aware. They simply decided that solitude with growth feels better than partnership without balance. Balance scaled the simple truth few dispute. A healthy, loving relationship can elevate a man's life, but a draining one can slowly shrink it. So men are no longer rushing. They're building first, healing first, learning first, and they'll commit, but only where there is mutual respect, shared effort, emotional safety, reciprocity, peace. Not constant conflict, not one-sided sacrifice. Puzzle piece the real shift happening right now. Men aren't vanishing. They're raising their standards, choosing mental clarity over social validation, long-term security over short-term approval, freedom over silent obligation, purpose over performance. And until relationships feel truly mutual, many will continue walking alone, not lonely, not bitter, just focused, not running from love, simply unwilling to sign up for the wrong version of it.